India has reported over 1,000 Omicron cases in the past 24 hours. Maharashtra is the worst hit state with 450 new cases of the new variant, followed by Delhi and Kerala. The surge of COVID cases has dampened New Year festivities. States have imposed stricter curbs to stop the spread of virus. Our top report tells you about how states are gearing up to deal with the Omicron variant threat.
India's Omicron tally has crossed the 1,000 mark. The country has reported a total of 1,270 Omicron cases in the last 24 hours. Maharashtra is the worst hit state with 450 cases of the super variant. The surge in COVID cases has also dampened the New Year festivities. The state government has imposed Section 144 in Mumbai city. Entry to beaches, parks and public places have been barred from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Prohibitory orders will remain in place till January 15th. No parties and large gatherings are allowed on New Year's Eve.
I'm right now in the western suburb of Mumbai, and right here is the Andheri railway station. Because of the huge crowd that really gathers every day, that travels through the railway premises, you can see there are a large number of people and there's hardly any social distancing that has been really happening. In fact, if you look at the number of people here standing here, right here outside waiting for a bus queue, most of these people really do not have their mask on. Most of them actually have their mask below the nose and not even wearing those masks properly, and that's one of the reasons why probably what the Maharashtra government is trying to say is that people should really maintain social distancing, which really is not possible in such kind of premises.
Delhi comes second in Omicron infections. The national capital has recorded 320 Omicron cases. The Delhi government issued a yellow alert on the 28th of December. A night curfew has been imposed from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. Schools, spas and gyms are shut. Seating capacity in bars, restaurants, metro and buses are halved to 50%.
The issue that Delhiites are facing is the travel restrictions as people are trying to get to their workplace on this Friday morning. This view that you see on your screens right now is the Chhatarpur metro station at 9:30 a.m. where you can see long lines of commuters waiting to be allowed to enter the metro station premises.
Kerala is at number 3 in Omicron cases. The state has recorded 109 cases of the new variant. In the wake of the rising number of cases, a night curfew is imposed from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Public gatherings and unnecessary travel are not allowed. Shops, bars and restaurants are to be closed by 10 p.m. Bars and restaurants are allowed to operate at a capacity of 50%.
Here in Kovalam Beach, one of the most important tourist destinations in the state. Earlier, before the COVID times, what we have witnessed here is that big crowds for celebrating the New Year. But this time, it looks like deserted. Only a few people here in the Kovalam Beach. A curfew has been imposed in the state from yesterday.
India has registered 13,154 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours, 43% higher than Wednesday. Having suffered the horrors of the second wave, India hopes it is today better prepared for the third wave. But have citizens learned their lessons? The crowds at tourist hotspots and markets appear to suggest no. Bureau Report, India Today.
It's not just in Goa, but even Himachal Pradesh or Uttarakhand or Rajasthan. Some of the popular tourist destinations, they're seeing a large influx of tourists, but unfortunately, many tourists have forgotten perhaps that the virus is lurking. They've thrown caution and COVID-appropriate behavior to the wind. India Today's Ashutosh Mishra and Devankur Vadhavan bring you this report.
Be it the hills or be it the beaches, tourists from various parts of the country are thronging popular destinations, celebrating the arrival of the new year with little fear of the virus lurking around them. In Nainital, despite appeals from authorities, tourists showed scant regard for the norms.
जिंदगी जीने आए बिना मास्क के। नहीं बिना मास्क के कहाँ है सर, मास्क कम बोला। नहीं जिंदगी जीने तो आगे, बिना मास्क के कैसे जिएंगे? कि थोड़ा डिस्टेंस बना के अगर ऐसा करना ही है तो, है ना, भीड़ भाड़ है ना,
तो अलाउड ही नहीं करना था ना जब डिस्टेंस बनाना था यहाँ पे आपको। ये बात आप बोलिए ना, आपकी गवर्नमेंट की कमी है ना, हमारी तो नहीं है ना, आप हमें परमिशन नहीं देते,
अलाउ ही नहीं करना चाहिए,
अलाउ नहीं करना चाहिए आने के लिए। ठीक है, अभी यूके गवर्नमेंट की जिम्मेदारी है,
सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग गवर्नमेंट की जिम्मेदारी।
In the hill state of Himachal Pradesh, these long jams tell the story. Here too, barring few, many tourists have thrown COVID precautions to the wind.
आपने मास्क नहीं पहना हुआ, क्या कहेंगे इस पे?
मास्क आप रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे थे इसलिए मैंने हटाया। मैं अच्छा एटलीस्ट पीपल शुड रिमेंबर मी।
In Pink City, Jaipur, similar scenes were witnessed.
सर आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
बिहार।
आप बिना मास्क के क्यों आए हुए हैं?
1 मिनट, मास्क के साथ आए हुए हैं।
आपने पहना नहीं हुआ?
खिंचाने के लिए, फोटो खिंचाने के लिए।
कहाँ से आए हैं सर आप?
दिल्ली से है।
दिल्ली से आए हैं, मास्क लगा के रखना चाहिए सर।
ओके सर, नेक्स्ट टाइम कैरी करेंगे सर।
क्यों मास्क क्यों नहीं लगाया हुआ आप?
जी हमें डर ही नहीं लगता कोरोना से, हमें अपनी इम्यूनिटी पे भरोसा है।
The government claims that there are no such restrictions on travel right now, but if these people follow the COVID protocol, perhaps that could help in ensuring that the menace of COVID does not spread as rapidly as it did perhaps in April-May last year.
This is exactly the callousness that medical experts have warned of time and again. But it seems the warnings have fallen on deaf ears. With Ashutosh Mishra in Nainital and Devankur Vadhavan in Jaipur, Bureau Report, India Today.
Goa for long has been a favorite destination of tourists to ring in the new year, and Goa is packed. The state is seeing huge numbers. Unfortunately, not many following COVID-appropriate behavior. Authorities are trying their best to get people to at least mask up and maintain some distance. They haven't met with much success. India Today's Mustafa Sheikh is on ground zero. He sent us this report.
Every year, New Year Eve bashes in Goa are a global attraction, with thousands of tourists ringing in the new year in the coastal state. But this year, with Omicron cases on the rise, fresh COVID curbs have proved to be a dampener for revelers in Goa. Goa's casinos are usually buzzing with tourists this time of the year, and with crowds surging in the New Year week, organizers are ensuring COVID protocol is maintained. Authorities have issued directives to hotels, restaurants and casinos to admit only guests with valid vaccination certificates or with proof of a negative test result. Only 50% seating capacity is allowed. Social distancing is a must. Customers are also undergoing thermal screening before entering, and needless to say, masks are mandatory.
We check for your temperature. There are thermal scanners everywhere. Then, of course, mask is compulsory. And the moment you enter inside, even on gaming tables, we have strict seating capacity.
The big bang parties at casinos this time around isn't happening. Casinos that were always abuzz with glamorous Bollywood celebrities to attract crowds are this time around holding toned down, muted parties with a limit on crowds.
People keep sanitizing their hands. Even on gaming floor, there are counters, chips, right? That is our currency. So what we do is we continuously sanitize those chips also after every use.
Goa, like the rest of the country, is also seeing COVID cases going up, and authorities are on high alert to ensure that New Year events don't become super spreaders.
न्यू ईयर हमको तब मिल रहा है, लगभग 2 साल बाद मिल रहा है कोविड के बाद। लेकिन एक मैं अपने सभी साथियों से अनुरोध करूंगा कि हम इंजॉयमेंट करें, लेकिन इंजॉयमेंट विथ फॉलोइंग द कोविड प्रोटोकॉल करें। जो भी आज के तारीख में कोविड प्रोटोकॉल चल रहा है उसको फॉलो करें।
In the days to come, we'll know if the authorities have done enough and learnt the right lessons from the second wave, which left Goa on its knees due to a clear lack of preparedness by the government.
Thousands of tourists from all over the country have come to Goa to celebrate the New Year, as there are restrictions in other states due to rising COVID cases. Even the Goa government has said the casinos and other areas can have people only to the 50% of their capacity. The establishments are trying their best, but Goa is full of tourists. Whether how well are these people able to manage and avoid crowding is something which the New Year's Eve will only tell. With camera person Vaibhav Kangutra, Mustafa Sheikh in Goa for India Today.
Days after a massive haul of 197 crore rupees in cash at perfume manufacturer Piyush Jain's multiple residences in Kanpur and Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh, agencies raided another perfume manufacturer in Kannauj, Pushpraj Jain, linked to the Samajwadi Party. So is there a connection between the two Jains of Kannauj and Kanpur and the impact that these raids are having on the political picture of Uttar Pradesh? Samarth Srivastav is on ground zero. He sent us this report. The tale of two perfume traders. The reason for a stink in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh. Perfume politics peaks ahead of elections. Days after a massive cash haul from perfume manufacturer Piyush Jain's residence in Kanpur and Kannauj, yet another perfume manufacturer has been raided. This is Pushpraj Jain, seen with Akhilesh Yadav during the launch of Samajwadi Itra, which the Samajwadi Party MLC had manufactured for his party. It's been a busy New Year Eve for the Income Tax Department that raided Pushpraj Jain, popularly known as Pumpy, early Friday morning. IT raids were also conducted at almost 50 locations across Uttar Pradesh, Delhi and NCR, Mumbai and Tamil Nadu, among other parts of the country. Interestingly, IT officials knocked on Pushpraj Jain's residence after this statement from the Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav.
ये चुनाव से पहले जानबूझ करके बदनाम करना, दिल्ली से आने वाले लोग वो भी समाजवादी पार्टी का नाम ले रहे हैं, यूपी वाले समाजवादी पार्टी का नाम ले रहे हैं, जिसके यहाँ पैसा निकला, रुपया निकला, वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ही पैसा वो था जो बरामद हुआ है।
The raids are seen as an extension of the curious case of two Jains, Piyush and Pushpraj. And it's not just the surnames that are common. Both are perfume manufacturers and live just minutes apart in Kannauj.
हम आपको समय के जरिए बताएंगे कि कितना नजदीक ये घर है और कैसे ये पूरी रेड कन्नौज की पतली गलियों में एक घर से दूसरे घर की ओर हो रही है। ये आप दुकानें देखिए, यहीं से पीयूष जैन सामान लेते थे, पंपी जैन सामान लेते हैं और ये रास्ता जाता है पंपी जैन की तरफ। 12:05 पे हमने शुरू किया पीयूष जैन की तरफ से सफर अपना और हम और आगे चलेंगे और बताएंगे आपको कि पूरा मसला क्या है, किस तरह से राजनीतिक मोड़ इस पूरी रेड ने ले लिया है, चाहे वो जीएसटी की रेड हो, चाहे वो इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट की रेड रही हो। और आपको दिखाना चाह रहे हैं, लोग यहाँ पर चर्चाएं कर रहे हैं, दुकानें लगी हैं, फोन पर बातचीत हो रही है, पर चर्चा का विषय केवल एक पंपी जैन। अब हम पहुंचे हैं पंपी जैन की गली में, आखिरकार पीयूष जैन कैसे से चलते हुए, और पंपी जैन के यहाँ के विजुअल्स मैं आपको दिखाऊं और समय अगर मैं आपको बताऊं, मुझे महज 2 मिनट लगे हैं।
The raids have led to a fresh political showdown between the Samajwadi Party and the BJP as raid politics continues to dominate the political narrative in Uttar Pradesh.
आज जब रेडें चल रही है, उनके पेट में उबाल हो रहा है, उबाल हो रहा है। मोदी जी ने रेट डालनी चाहिए, नहीं डालनी चाहिए? भाई अखिलेश आपको क्या तकलीफ?
वो गए खाली हाथ आए क्या? फिर आप बोल सकते हैं ये गलत हुआ, और ये भी गलतफहमियां फैला सकते हैं कि किसी और के यहाँ करना था, इधर चले गए। सही हर घर में स्वच्छ हुआ और निकलने के बाद प्रूव भी हो रही है कि जो इंफॉर्मेशन के तहत गए सही गए।
India Today also spoke to the businessman in midst of this political storm. A day before the raid, Pushpraj Jain told India Today he had no links with fellow manufacturer Piyush.
हमारी मुलाकात नहीं होती, ये लोग कानपुर रहते हैं। अब जैसे हम कन्नौज में तो 50,000 लोगों से मुलाकात होती है, कभी सड़क पे मिल गए तो हेलो हाय हो जाती, बस इतना। बाकी कोई लेना देना नहीं। वो कानपुर रहते हैं, हम कन्नौज में रहते हैं और पॉलिटिकली भी हम व्यस्त रहते हैं, बिजनेस से भी व्यस्त रहते हैं।
India Today has exclusive details as well of Pushpraj Jain's mega business empire. The perfume manufacturer was linked to almost 18 companies, a director of an oil distillery, Pragati Aroma, and 12 other companies, and is also a partner in 5 other companies. With Munish Pandey in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today. With the big Punjab battle just months away, campaigning has hit fever pitch. The showdown between political parties to woo voters is not limited just to rallies and road shows. The focus has now shifted to social media platforms, with mainstream parties like the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party setting up digital war rooms to heighten the buzz around their campaign. India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu brings us this report.
मिस यूनिवर्स बनी है हमास संधू
Every speech minutely dissected.
Okay. 26 नवंबर के हम
Gaffe called out, ripped apart on the internet.
उसका तो सारा भांडा हमने हिंदुओं पे फोड़ दिया.
As the poll decibel rises in Punjab, a new battle has erupted. This time on social media.
अस्पताल बनवाए उसमें बीजेपी वालों की भी पढ़ते हैं कांग्रेस वालों की भी पढ़ते हैं.
Videos mocking rivals, memes and cartoons are triggering a poll discourse at the virtual level. Poll dates are yet to be announced, but the battle lines are drawn on the social media. The 2022 Dangal is not limited to rallies. A digital showdown is the flavor this poll season. The BJP's social media war room in Mohali is working day and night to sustain the buzz around PM Modi's rally in Firozpur on January 5.
Elections are big battlefields and most battles are fought on field, but some of them are handled on the back end. We are in BJP's social media war room. There are at least 50 youngsters here, all of them young and excited. And look at the way they're kick-starting this entire campaign. And here, the monitoring of social media is done and new campaigns are set. So this is Pathankot, Gurdaspur, Barnala, Sangrur. So each of the 23 districts are being monitored here. Television screens, campaigns, which includes videos, caricatures. Let's just try and get a sense from these youngsters. You are Saurabh, right? Do tell us, how have you got into this field and how do you really help? What's your job here?
I'm basically a district coordinator. I see Amritsar district.
Let's just try and get a sense as to what he's doing out here.
Like, it's a ENAM portal where we get to the data of Punjab, what government has done for the Punjab. Like, there is rally on 3rd Jan in Firozpur, like Modi, we will be covering it. So to prepare for the rally, we are making some graphics.
A team of 50 young digital warriors is manning the war room, keeping tabs on every development.
सोशल मीडिया में हम लोग जैसे 5 तारीख को मोदी जी पंजाब में आ रहे हैं, तो 5 तारीख के लिए बहुत सारी कैंपेन लॉन्च करेंगे, हैशटैग लॉन्च करेंगे, और मोदी जी ने जो पंजाब में जो काम किए हैं पिछले लंबे समय से पंजाबियों के लिए, उसको उस दिन हम लोग लॉन्च करेंगे. दूसरा ये है कि बूथ लेवल पे हमारा ये कैंपेन लॉन्च हो, बूथ लेवल पे मोदी जी का कार्यक्रम पहुंचे, उसके लिए हमने एक रूट लेवल मैप रेडी किया है कि जैसे मोदी जी का लाइव चलेगा, वहां पे जो लोग तो कार्यक्रम में पहुंचेंगे वो ठीक है, अगर नहीं पहुंच पाए तो बूथ लेवल का कार्यकर्ता अपने घर पे बैठ के उसको लाइव देखेगा.
The BJP has also roped in youth from outside Punjab into its digital campaign.
विपक्षी पार्टियों का जो हम उनके जो काम है पिछले सालों के, जो उन्होंने पंजाब के लिए किया है, कुछ नहीं किया है.
पोस्टर्स हैं, स्पूफ हैं, कार्टून हैं, कुछ दिखाइए हमें यहाँ पे.
इसमें बिल्कुल हम जैसे कि केजरीवाल इस टाइम पंजाब के दौरे पर हैं और वहाँ पे जनता के लिए कई वादे कर रहे हैं, तो हमने जो दिल्ली के कुछ जो इंटरव्यूज़ हैं और लोगों ने जो वहाँ की सच्चाई उनके लिए की है, उसके लिए हमने कुछ तैयार किया है.
The Aam Aadmi Party, buoyed over Chandigarh civic poll success, is also banking heavily on a digital strategy in the 2022 polls.
ये बहुत यंग पार्टी है. हमारे लीडर अरविंद केजरीवाल जी बहुत यंग है और यंग लोगों के साथ, एक एनर्जी के साथ, एक एंथुजियाज्म के साथ हम लोग देश बदलने के लिए, सरकारें बदलने के लिए, देश की राजनीति को साफ करने के लिए काम करते हैं साथ मिलके. और सोशल मीडिया की जहाँ तक बात है, बहुत ऑर्गेनिक सपोर्ट आम आदमी पार्टी को मिलता है. फ़र्क बीजेपी और आम आदमी पार्टी के सोशल मीडिया स्ट्रैटेजी में या सोशल मीडिया की जो हमारी कैंपेन्स होते हैं उसमें यह है कि बीजेपी पैसे से सोशल मीडिया चलाती है, पैसा डालती है, स्पॉन्सर्ड कैंपेन्स चलाती है. ऑन द अदर हैंड आम आदमी पार्टी ऑर्गेनिकली चलाती है.
On Thursday, as Arvind Kejriwal led the party's Vijay Yatra in Chandigarh, The AAP social media team pulled out all stops to ensure that it was watched by every single voter.
The social media campaigns are the order of the day. This is a live being broadcast right here of the Arvind Kejriwal rally. Similarly, these campaigns are not only as a catalyst, but also are seen to be extremely essential for all political parties. Because political rallies are important, but these are catalysts to any political strategy. And anybody who wants to win has to win on social media as well.
The Congress and Akali Dal too are not behind in this digital war. Punjab Congress's mercurial chief Navjot Singh Sidhu rakes in thousands of views every time he goes live on his Facebook page. Even the poll-hardened veteran, Captain Amrinder Singh, has realized he can't escape the social media. With COVID again raging in the country, social media platforms could well be where the campaign lies, particularly with the large number of first-time voters waiting to be tapped. With Kamaljeet Sandhu, Bureau Report, India Today.
Time now for us to slip into a quick break. Lots more coming up on the other side of these messages. Keep watching India Today.